hold on just a second because we need to talk about what everyone is conveniently forgetting to mention about the so-called epic face-to-face between Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes, and I guarantee you're not going to like what I'm about to say, but somebody needs to have the guts to call this out. Everyone's acting like this is the first time these two titans have locked eyes, like this is some groundbreaking moment in wrestling history. But let me ask you something that nobody else seems willing to ask. Are we really supposed to believe that the tribal chief, the man who has dominated WWE for over 1200 days, the undisputed champion who has conquered everyone put in front of him, is suddenly concerned about Cody Rhodes? Are we supposed to just ignore the fact that Roman has already beaten Cody not once, but twice at WrestleMania? And here's what really gets me fired up, what really makes my blood boil and what should absolutely infuriate every single one of you watching this video right now. WWE is selling us this face-to-face encounter like it's something we've never seen before, like these two haven't been circling each other for years, like we don't already know exactly how this story ends. But you know what, let me take a step back here because maybe I'm getting ahead of myself, maybe you're sitting there thinking I don't understand the magnitude of what we just witnessed, so let me break this down for you in a way that's going to make you realize why this face-to-face is either the beginning of the most incredible wrestling storyline we've seen in decades or the biggest waste of our time that WWE has ever tried to force-feed us. When Roman Reigns' music hit and that arena erupted, when Cody Rhodes stood in the ring refusing to back down, staring directly into the eyes of the man who has crushed his dreams repeatedly, there was an electricity in the air that you could feel through your screen. The tension was so thick you could cut it with a knife, and for a moment, just for a fleeting moment, it felt like we were witnessing something truly special, something that transcended the usual Monday night programming and touched on something deeper, something more primal about competition, pride, and unfinished business. Roman Reigns walked down the ramp with the confidence of a man who knows he's untouchable, with the swagger of someone who has systematically destroyed every single challenger who dared step up to his throne, and that smirk on his face said everything you needed to know about what he thinks of Cody Rhodes in this whole situation. He's not scared, he's not intimidated, he's not even slightly concerned because in his mind, he's already proven that Cody can't beat him when it matters most. But here's where things get interesting, here's where my brain starts racing with possibilities and questions that keep me up at night. Cody Rhodes didn't flinch, he didn't blink, he didn't show even the slightest hint of fear or doubt when Roman got right in his face, and that tells me something has changed, something fundamental has shifted in Cody's mentality since those WrestleMania defeats that have been eating away at his soul. The way these two men stood there, inches apart, you could see years of frustration, ambition, jealousy, and respect all mixed together in one volatile cocktail that's ready to explode at any moment. Roman representing everything that's wrong with WWE's power structure, the chosen one who gets every advantage, who has the entire bloodline backing him up, who has Paul Heyman whispering strategies in his ear, who has bent the rules in broken spirits to maintain his grip on the championship that defines this industry. And then there's Cody, the American Nightmare, the man who left WWE to prove he could make it on his own, who became a legend in the independent scene, who helped build a rival company from the ground up, and who came back to WWE with one singular mission: to finish his story by doing what his father never could and winning the WWE Championship. These aren't just two wrestlers having a stare down, this is a collision of philosophies, legacies, and destinies that have been building toward this moment for longer than most people realize. What really struck me about this face-to-face, what genuinely got under my skin and made me question everything I thought I knew about where this storyline is headed, was the look in Roman's eyes when Cody mentioned his family, when Cody brought up the legacy of Dusty Rhodes and how Roman has tarnished the championship that legends like Dusty fought for. You could see something crack in Roman's armor for just a split second, a flicker of doubt, or maybe anger or perhaps respect for invoking the name of one of wrestling's greatest icons. Roman has always been about family, about the Anoa'i dynasty, about protecting and elevating the bloodline's legacy, so when Cody weaponized his own family legacy against Roman, it was like watching two immovable forces collide in a way that transcended typical wrestling promos. And let's talk about what this means for the landscape of WWE moving forward, because whether you love Roman or hate him, whether you're Team Cody or think he's overhyped, you cannot deny that these two men standing face to face represents the past, present, and future of professional wrestling all converging in one explosive moment. Roman has carried this company on his back through a pandemic, through roster changes, through creative upheavals, and has delivered consistently incredible matches and storylines that have kept us invested even when we wanted to turn away. Cody has represented the possibility of change, the hope that someone from outside the typical WWE system can come back and challenge the established order, can bring a different energy and perspective that fans have been craving. So when they're standing there, trading verbal shots, the psychological warfare on full display, we're not just watching two characters argue, we're watching the embodiment of different eras and approaches to professional wrestling battled for supremacy. What happens next is anyone's guess, and that's what makes this so compelling and simultaneously frustrating. Because WWE has conditioned us to expect disappointment, to expect the status quo to be maintained, to expect Roman to overcome the odds yet again because that's what he does, that's his character, that's his role in this company. But something felt different this time. Something in the air suggested that maybe, just maybe, WWE is finally ready to pull the trigger on a Cody Rhodes championship victory that would send shockwaves through the entire wrestling world and create a WrestleMania moment that would be remembered for generations. The way they postured, the way they spoke, the way neither man was willing to give an inch of ground, it all pointed toward an inevitable collision that's going to be absolutely brutal, emotionally devastating, and potentially career-defining for both competitors. This face-to-face wasn't just about two men talking trash in a wrestling ring. It was about respect, redemption, legacy, and a burning desire to prove that you're the absolute best in this business when everything is on the line. So whether you think this is the beginning of something special or just another chapter in WWE's endless cycle of near misses and broken promises, one thing is absolutely certain. Roman Reigns versus Cody Rhodes is far from over, and when these two finally collide again, it's going to be absolutely unmissable. Drop a comment below and let me know if you think Cody finally gets his moment or if Roman continues his reign of dominance. Smash that like button if you're as hyped as I am about where this is going, and subscribe because we're going to be covering every twist and turn of this incredible storyline.